All right, now to this. The Trump Justice Department's investigation into Black Lives Matter, depending on how it shakes out, could further shift Gen Alpha and Gen Z political inclinations. CNN's Jake Tapper just made a prediction about the effect that major left-wing movements are ultimately going to have on the youngest generation. Take a listen.
I think Gen Z is going to be a lot more conservative. I think that just my experience knowing Gen Z kids, my kids and their friends and whatever, I sense a much more skepticism of, and I think it is a reaction to Gen Xers and millennials forcing on them progressive views in school.
All right, to talk about it, let's bring in former Trump media advisor Alex Bruzewitz. Alex, do you agree with Jake Tapper's hot take there? What do you think?
Well, that was the first smart take I've ever heard come out of Jake Tapper's mouth. He's obviously notorious for pushing crazy lies on CNN, but he's totally right about this. Gen Z is the most conservative generation, and I think President Trump is the key reason why. President Trump is the king of what we call aura. It's the most popular word among the youth these days, and President Trump dominates in that regard. And he uses social media incredibly effectively compared to the competition. A fun stat that I like to share is on Election Day 2024, we had 6 million followers on our Team Trump TikTok account. Today, we now have 12 million followers on our Trump TikTok account. And 70% of them are under the age of 34. And so not only did President Trump make historic gains during the campaign, the momentum is continuing because of all the great policies that he's putting in place, including economic policies that are making it easier for young people to start families. He's working very hard on lowering housing costs and other costs for young people. And he's going to continue to deliver the next 3.5 years.
But at the same time, if this is, as you say, the most conservative generation, how do you explain this phenomenon of campus-wide protests in support of Palestinians, in support anti-Israel that we saw, over the last couple of years? Those are all people who are in their late teens, maybe early 20s.
Sure. I don't know if any of these people believe what they do or what they say or what they protest. I think there's a lot of paid protesters, paid antagonists, and they're looking for jobs because, believe it or not, they're going to a university and they get a gender studies degree and there's no jobs out there, and so they have to go and get paid by those who fund the protests. And we'll find out very soon who's funding those. But I think if you're looking at what just happened at Ole Miss with the Turning Point USA event where J.D. Vance and Erica Kirk were down there, there was 15,000 kids at that campus supporting Christian and conservative values and gathering peacefully. And so I think those protests are not a great, description of what's happening with the youth right now. I think where they're much more conservative, and you're seeing young people all over the country turn out for MAGA Republicans and for conservative issues.
All right, Alex, we got to leave it there. Thanks for taking time with us today.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.